This is a training session regarding designing our financial statement. If we have not already entered our general ledger chart of accounts, we should first review the training session on entering general ledger accounts. This function presupposes that our general ledger account numbers have already been set up. If you wish, the software can allow you to design multiple versions of your financial statement. To enable this feature, select Accounting Options from the Setup menu, then select General Ledger. Here there's a checkbox titled Allow Multiple Financial Statement Designs. For the purposes of this demonstration, we will place a tick in the box. Now we select Design Financials from the General Ledger menu. Since we have enabled the Multiple Statement feature, the system now shows us a list of financial statement formats and allows us to modify an existing statement or insert a new one. We'll modify our existing statement. The system will now display all the different line items that are currently set up to appear on our financial statement. The financial statement line items are defined as any piece of information that you wish to have printed on the balance sheet or profit and loss statement. We will select to insert a new financial statement line item. In this entry window, we have 4 choices as to what type of line item we wish to create. This can be either a heading, a single account, a master account, or a totaling line item. A heading line item simply prints text on the page. A centered heading will print the text in the center of the page horizontally. This type is used for main heading lines at the top of the page. A left justified heading may be more of a subheading, such as current assets or current liabilities. A page heading account indicates to the system that as it is printing the financial statement, it should start over on a new page when it gets to this line item. No matter which of these types we select, we will be asked to type in a description or text to be printed on the statement, the heading, if you will. The second type is a single account. This is exactly what the name implies. That is, you may select one single general ledger account that has been currently set up in the system and display its balance on the financial statement. For this type of account, down in the bottom left-hand side window, we see a list of the available general ledger accounts which have not already been assigned to a line item. We can use the arrow button to move the account we want into the list of included line items. For example, we have an inventory account that is available, and we will place it on this line item. As mentioned in the parentheses, this line item will display the general ledger account description on the financial statement. So the title of this line item will be the name or description of the included general ledger account. In this case, inventory. The third type of line item is a master account. This will group together a number of related general ledger accounts into one line item for printing on the financial statement. This is different from a totaling account, because a totaling account will total the balances of other line items visible on the statement. A master line item is the total of accounts you do not see individually listed on the statement. For example, cash could be a master account line item. You could have a master account titled Cash and have 3 or 4 cash accounts that do not show up individually on the balance sheet, but the total of all their balances are displayed under this master account line item. You will need to supply a name before this master account can be printed on the financial statement. The fourth type is a totaling line item. A total will take other line items from the financial statement and take their balances and wrap them together and print the total on the financial statement. Items that are available for totaling will show up in the Available Line Items box. And these items include such things as single accounts, master accounts, and other totaling accounts. so you can include any number of subtotals into the main total, as long as they show up in the available line item box. There are some other general properties on the right-hand side of the window. If this is a single account, a master account, or a totaling account, then you may indicate whether the printed amount that shows up on the statement is usually a credit amount or a debit amount. If it's usually a credit amount, then all negative numbers will show up without a negative sign on the statement, because they're expected to be credit balances. For example, all liability accounts would usually carry a credit balance. So therefore, we would click on the top radio button, and those balances would show up without a negative sign on the statement. However, if we specify that an account usually carries a credit balance, and it happens to be carrying a debit balance, it will be printed with a negative sign on the financial statement. If this is a totaling account, the system will allow us to specify how far to the right we wish to indent the printed balance. This only applies to accounts printed on the balance sheet. Each tab moves the total a certain distance to the right on the printed report. The balance can be printed up to 12 tabs across the page. This next checkbox indicates that this line item is going to be the very first line item on the income statement. As the system is printing out the financial statement, it will print all the line items in balance sheet format until it encounters a line item that has a check in this box. Then it will switch the printing format to a profit and loss or income statement format, and will continue printing in that format until it reaches the end of the printing. If this is a center heading or a page heading line item, there is an option to print that heading using a larger font. For example, the very first line at the top of a page may be a line item that is titled Balance Sheet, and you may want that to be a larger, bold heading. Check this box and the system will print this line in a large, bold font. Once you've entered the desired properties for this financial statement line item, you can save the entries by clicking the OK button. Your new line item will appear in the Browse box. We have 4 buttons at the bottom of the window which will allow us to rearrange the line items we've placed on the financial statement. We can move a line item up one, down one, to the top of the list, or to the bottom of the list. Once all the desired line items have been inserted into our financial statement format, we can take an individual line item and move it up or down until it falls in the desired position. We can also click this button, which takes us to the window for printing financial statements, so that we can print a copy of our statement and check our changes. This ends this training session on designing financial statements.